Welcome back for another episode of Spirit Bus 33 fam. Jyotishamara here, once again, excited to take a little trip with ya, expanding our consciousness, learning how to become our favorite versions of ourselves while we embark on this wild earth experience. Join me each week as we evolve together, exploring traditional, holistic, interdimensional, and sometimes woo spiritual minded thinking and practices.
Thank you for tuning in. We are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Thank you for having this earth experience same time as me. Thank you so much for sharing the next 20-ish minutes here supporting my energy exchange with you. Before we get started, a reminder, check in with yourself. If this isn't the right time to listen, come back later. If you're sitting down, start that body scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. What does your body need? Do you need some water? Do you need to shift positions? A deep breath? If you're standing, same. Do that body scan. A reminder to slow down. Just because you can do many things at once, it does not mean that you have capacity. Episode 59, Route 59. Whew, this week, there has been a major surge of energy. For some, their energy is producing this phenomena, this reaction to, well, the veil, it's getting thinner. So, a saying that only certain folks is going to understand. It's nothing really new. In fact, if you listen to some of the great thinkers of the 60s and 70s, you would think that they're talking about today if you weren't aware of the time frame. Many mentioning the veil getting thinner. Probably because of this cyclical journey this earth experience provides. Ooh, there's some interesting theories about that. Perhaps it duplicates because Earth School and the lesson plans are similar from generation to generation. Each generation building and growing, reaching a period of the veil thinning. My current reality breakdown, borrowed from my wife, borrowed from Matt, so to speak, has been coming in as a robin. Well, multiple robins, as they are shaped different and appear in different locations. Last week, one did this amazing dance on the sidewalk in front of my daughter and I, only to hop behind us and do it again. This isn't the first time that a robin stopped me, broke me out of my reality to focus on the message it was trying to provide. The latest one landing in a tree 2 days in a row, peering in at me, staring at me straight in the eyes. The very first time, though, a robin broke into my reality, I was very sad. I was missing my father, who, he's having an adventure outside of this earth experience now. So from then on after, a robin reminded me of this fatherly love, genuine across time and space, and his sense of humor. Because he had jokes, dad jokes, but still jokes. Flies, smiley faces, and robins, all attached to him. I'm sure that some might lean towards. My cat is stuck in my sweater. There we go. I am sure that some might lean towards coincidence or start to explain the science behind the action of birds or pattern recognition or other things to debunk supernatural occurrences. Fam, this is a choose your own adventure. I choose the description that the veil is thinning, meaning I am present and able to see beyond the dissociation of being human. That's just woo. That's a new age. Actually, what is very interesting about these comments is that quote unquote new age and woo, it's actually ancient teachings. So, what's woo? It's outside the realm of mainstream science or conventional understanding, such as alternative medicine or metaphysical concepts. New age, spiritual, metaphysical beliefs. It emphasizes personal growth, holistic health, interconnectedness of all life, astrology, maybe some crystal healing, but mainly exploring higher states of consciousness. Metaphysical, the concepts beyond the physical world, the relationship between mind and matter. So when we break down the definitions of woo, new age, metaphysical, we see that many of the practices and beliefs, they're not new. They are indeed ancient, and they are embedded into every belief system that's present today. We could literally do a deep dive on any religion, and we would find some mystical component, some miracle, some mind and matter bending, holistic practices, interconnectedness. But what we mainly find now is division, finger pointing as to what's real and what's not real. What is real? And it's such an interesting journey that I enjoy, more than enjoy, embarking on more and more now that I've taken off layers of what is not real to me. I do believe this is part of the deal here. We grow up immersed in our parents' reality, our caretakers, our geographical location. We form an understanding of what is real concerning ourselves and reality. And then at some point, something pokes at that. Something, questions it. And then we go through this unique but similar journey, this process of unlearning and relearning. So we each get to embark on the journey of real. For some, it's going to be based only on science. Others, their specific faith or religion. Others aren't even going to want to think about it. Some, they won't even have the awareness of it. And then there are some, the journey gets weird, tapping into unexplained interactions with the seen and the unseen. I prefer to live there. The space between the physical and the mystery. One of the biggest reasons is that returning to ancient teachings allows us to tell a different story as to why we're here and what we can accomplish during the experience. And the story makes all of the difference. This earth experience, it's intense. And for me, leaning too far into science without mystical elements, it leads to despair, into kind of this pathology driven thinking, making large corporate influences stronger, resulting in, shamanism, mysticism, OG knowledge, getting replaced with, well, money. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't money tied to woo because it is a huge industry, just like any other, and it gets exploited. One of the it doesn't always have a remedy that then has side effects that needs more remedies. I'm not throwing out science though. I am definitely not throwing out all Western medicine. I have been treated with it and it has saved my life a few times. More so, I'm seeing that this need for balance, weaving in and out of many realities, not getting stuck to the only one, and then fighting for that is the only reality that's real. I believe the ability to bob in and out and to have the flexibility allows the veil to be thinner. We must be present in order to see. We must be open minded, allowing the wisdom of this experience to have a place within us. And this takes practice, takes reprogramming, starting with the moment you open your eyes, daybreak. It's the moment you choose. You either get up the same way you did the day before, or you pause, start with aligned practices right then and there, with intention, weaving in mind, body, belief system practices, trusting your intuition to know which ones are for you. I enjoy the following from Sanaya Roman's Personal Power Through Awareness. Intuition talks to you in present time through urges, flashes of ideas, insights, and feelings. Intuition moves you in certain directions. To hear it, pay attention to your inner world and of ideas and feelings. If you are forcing yourself to do one thing while your feelings are urging you to do something else, you're not paying attention to your intuition. Your intuition sends you messages constantly, telling you every moment what to do to open your energy. It's always directing you towards aliveness and a higher path. Your intellect may often do battle with your intuition. You have been taught to honor your intellect through your culture, through science, and through the academic world, which is oriented to developing the rational, logical mind. Yet many of your greatest inventions, radio, electric lights, television, have come from a synthesis of intellect and intuition. The intellect can be highly developed. It loves to run the show. It can also feel threatened by intuition. Many of you have beliefs that say, if it happens too easily, it isn't right. Or if I don't work hard at it, the results aren't valuable. That is one way intellect can control. Your intellect loves to plan everything out in a logical way. Your intuition is spontaneous. Being flexible is important. If you rigidly stick to your pre-planned goals, you may miss many messages from your intuition telling you how to make things simpler. If you find yourself resisting doing something, stop and ask yourself, what would you rather do instead? It may be that it's not the highest way to go, or it may be the wrong time. If you trust and act upon your feelings from moment to moment, you will be flowing with your intuition in the universe. There is a different role for intellect, and that is to formulate plans, to decide where to go, and to carry things out with action. Intellect is like the captain of a ship consulting maps, making plans, and steering the ship. Yet the weather and the ocean actually determine the course. The captain must remain flexible and use his plans as a guideline. So is with the intellect that steers your ship. Intuition tells you of storms ahead, of detours that turn out to be shortcuts. It monitors a future path designed to bring you your highest good. Use your intellect to set goals, to aim you higher. Focus your will and intent on going higher. That's the best use of your intellect, to keep you on course, to set goals, and to interact with the world. Your intuition, it'll take you there the best, the fastest and easiest way if you follow your feelings, hunches, inner urges, and deeper desires. So I say, fam, there's a lot of different reels out there. You get to choose your own reel here. It will be bits and pieces of things that you have picked up along the way. Of course, we're all of each other's teachers, right? But trust your intuition. Start to create your favorite version of yourself and listen to those little whispers saying, this is for you. And if something feels wrong, trust it. Start to head in a different direction, and start to be present. Watch what's going on around you. Start looking for a pattern. Start seeing that there's all of these signs and synchronicities that are telling you you're on the right track. They're everywhere. They may be in the birds, they may be in the flies, they may be in symbology or somebody's words to you. I'm shuffling the deck here because I didn't do it beforehand. I could pause, but it ain't that pretty. It's not that pretty of a podcast. Cut it all out. All right, let's do a 3-card reading from the OSHO deck. First card, morality. This card really symbolizes, and it goes right with what we're saying, is do not get caught up in black or white thinking, right or wrong, left or right. Don't get caught up in the morality of all of it. As soon as we start to say, I'm right and these group of people are wrong, we know we've missed a mark. We know that there is some error. Because whenever there is a them, we are getting caught up in the division, and we're getting caught up in our humanness. We're getting caught up in these trauma responses that they're not changing anything. They're definitely not rewiring a traumatized system. You can still have, human opinions on stuff, right? I'm not saying like you can't have an opinion or have a certain affiliation with something, but it's not getting stuck in it so much that that's all you see from. It's your only window to where everywhere you go, you're looking through that window and that window alone. You need more than one window in your house, existence. Take a look around right now. Just take a little look around of everything that's around you. Like, I'm looking at something that you can't see right now. You're looking at something that I can't see. Unless there's somebody in the room chilling with you, nobody's looking at what you're looking at right now. So we're having a unique experience, which is so important to have a unique experience. So those whispers, those things that keep coming to you of do the thing, well, do the thing. And if you start leaning into it and you don't like it, just like Sanaya Roman was saying, get curious. Ask yourself, why don't I want to do the thing? Sometimes we really want to do the thing, but we haven't developed discipline yet. We'd rather do the comfortable thing. We'd rather just kind of like chill in our favorite spot on the couch. Projecting here. We'd rather just do the easy thing. But the knock on the door is going to keep coming because it's for you. And it's your intuition. And once you start to get going, doing the comfortable things are going to feel so much better because you're working on your purpose. You're working on becoming your favorite version of yourself. Last card, ordinariness. There is so much incredible, incredible beauty here. There's a lot of stuff to get wrapped up in. We can get wrapped up in the division of what's going around. We can get wrapped up in the state of the world. I'm not saying don't care about these things, but I'm saying getting wrapped up in it. Again, you're only looking through the window of just that, right? There's so many other things going on right now. That Robin or Robins that keep joining me, in different places, different unique places. I mean, if I wasn't present and I was just so much thinking about, the despair of this or, this, these things that were not even happening in that moment, I would have missed it. I would have been completely in a dissociated state. And I wouldn't be now going down this journey of what does the robin have to teach me? The same with these certain wild flowers that are growing in my yard. These are called self-heal flowers. I wouldn't have noticed this new, group of flowers to go, do a little journey. What can this teach me? What messages are we getting all around us in the ordinary of it, ordinary things? I mean, obviously it's cool when there's like some big, like big outstanding, miracle or, it shocks you out of your reality because it's some big event. Okay, that's cool. But like, we're typically getting messages on how to proceed. We're getting messages through the ordinary. Chop wood, carry water, through the ordinary. So learning to stay present, to tap into your senses, like, what do I see? What do I smell? What do I hear? What do I taste? Rewiring the traumatized body, rewiring a system in where your senses were not safe. Takes practice. Takes a lot of practice every day, choosing it every single day. And then also, some days you think you choose it and then you fall off and you got to choose it again. So don't wait till the next day when you fall off. Just say, okay, here I go, back on again. I'm not going to throw the whole day out because the first, 5 hours was crap. Until next time, fam.
Thank you for tuning in. We are spiritual beings having a human experience.